Director Eli Roth is finally stepping his foot back into the pool of horror, coming soon with a new Thanksgiving slasher. Let's get into it.
Well, sometimes that is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today we're talking about director Eli Roth, someone who is just criminally underrated in my opinion, who is coming out with a brand new slasher movie titled Thanksgiving. Before we talk about everything we know about the film so far, I'm gonna need y'all to like this video and subscribe for more horror content in the future. You bunch of turkeys! It's January and I'm making a bunch of Thanksgiving jokes. Just you wait until November, it gets even worse. At long last, horror guru Eli Roth is getting back behind the camera for a feature version of Thanksgiving, his long-gestured spin-off based on a mock trailer that Roth made for the Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez Grindhouse, the 2007 film event. Although Grindhouse was a commercial flop, only making $25 million off of its $53 to possibly $67 million budget, it did bring about two really cool movies, including Planet Terror and Death Proof, as well as some awesome faux trailers. Hilariously enough, two of these fake trailers have actually been made into films already, including Hobo with a Shotgun and Machete. And yes, that is how you're supposed to pronounce it. There was three more fictitious trailers though that came from Grindhouse, including the Eli Roth Thanksgiving, which as we know, and we're going to talk about a little later into this video, will start production here in March. But there's two other trailers that I real quickly want to talk about, including Edgar Wright's Don't. Possibly one of the funniest trailers from this entire ensemble, Edgar Wright's Don't is never being made into a feature film. For the 15th anniversary of Grindhouse last April, Edgar Wright posted on his Instagram talking a little bit about the faux trailer, saying, "As ever, if you're thinking about asking whether there will ever be a feature-length version of the trailer, don't." On the other hand though, Rob Zombie's Werewolf Women of the SS, which yes is the title of one of these fake trailers, might actually get made into a movie one day. Talking about Grindhouse, director Robert Rodriguez said that Rob Zombie came up to him in October at the Scream Awards and said, "I have a trailer idea, Werewolf Women of the SS." He said, "Say no more, go shoot it, you got me." Now Rob Zombie was so excited to make this trailer, he actually shot enough for like almost a feature-length movie. So apparently there's a lot in the can for this. All of the other trailers were filmed across like a 2-day span or whatever, but apparently there's a lot more footage than what made it into that trailer specifically from all of the Grindhouse trailers. Maybe one day we'll see Rob Zombie's masterpiece that has never been made, the Werewolf Women of the SS. You know, honestly, I don't think anything's gonna ever top Devil's Rejects for me, but hey, you know, maybe, never say never. A very famous young lad once said, "Never say never. I will fight for forever." Now, getting back to Thanksgiving, there is some bad news that comes along with this. Apparently, Eli Roth's latest feature that he's been working on, the Borderlands movie based off of the video games, he's kind of left that entire project, said like, I don't really want to do reshoots, given that job to director Tim Miller instead, so that Eli Roth can focus on working on this movie. I understand if that makes fans of Borderlands kind of scared for the upcoming movie, but I still have faith in it and I still think it's gonna be good. My opinion on Eli Roth is also that I just feel like he's at his best when he's working on a horror film. His other movies are okay, but his horror movies are just massive standouts. I also really like director Tim Miller. Just forget that Terminator Dark Fate is a thing and remember Deadpool. He made Deadpool, guys, come on! The Thanksgiving trailer presented the gory teaser about a pseudo movie in which a slasher makes his own carving board out of the inhabitants of a Massachusetts town that makes a big annual fuss over the annual Turkey Day. One of the pivotal scenes involved Roth himself separated from his head while in the throes of passion with a date in a convertible. Just to give a little more context there, my man's getting a BJ without a head, which is, kind of funny if you think about it. There is absolutely a pun to be made there, but I'm not going to be the one to make it. Shooting will begin in March with a script by Jeff Rendell, who also played the killer in the first Thanksgiving trailer and is also a close friend of Eli Roth's. Spyglass is behind the film, with Roger Birnbaum and Eli Roth producing. As of right now, Thanksgiving does not have a director. I think it has to be Eli Roth in my opinion, but that is not confirmed as of yet. Talking about the original trailer, Eli Roth said, "My friend Jeff Rendell, who plays the killer Pilgrim, we grew up in Massachusetts. We were huge slasher movie fans, and every November we were waiting for the Thanksgiving slasher movie. We had the whole movie worked out. A kid who's in love with a turkey, and then his father killed it, and then he killed his family and went away to a mental institution and came back and took revenge on the town. I called Jeff and said, dude, guess what? We don't have to make the movie, we can can just shoot the best parts. Shooting the trailer was so much fun because every shot is a money shot. Every shot is decapitation or nudity. It's so ridiculous, it's absurd, it's just so wrong and sick that it's right. I really love this idea for a slasher movie, and I hope that holds true now to the 2023 version of the film, based off of the 2007 short. A kid has a little turkey pet that runs around the backyard, he loves it, he plays with it, the dad kills it, they eat it on Thanksgiving, and then the kid goes and murders his whole family. It's giving me Silent Night, Deadly Night vibes, and I'm honestly kind of digging that. Imagine Eli Roth's version of that film, essentially. That's what we're gonna get with Thanksgiving. Besides the BJ scene we were talking about earlier, there's another big highlight from the film that I want to mention, and I'm kind of hoping they recreate because it's just so brutal and so Eli Roth. I would just love to see this done in a professional stance. This is really fucked up what I'm about to say, by the way. I just want to preface it with that. Like, I don't casually talk like this normally, but when we're talking about Grindhouse, we got to go to some places that are kind of dark. For instance, in this sequence in particular, there's a cheerleader jumping up and down on a trampoline. She's stripping in front of some dude, and then when she goes and jumps down on the trampoline, a knife pokes out of it and it stabs her right in the vulva. Oh god, I mean, even as a dude, that makes me cringe a little bit. It reminds me a lot of the Just the Tip scene from Terrifier 2, another scene that's just really hard to watch and just awful. There's also this running gag throughout the trailer where everybody's head is getting cut off, everyone's getting decapitated in this film. I think it's going to be a really funny slasher film with a lot of blood and gore, very similar to Terrifier, which we were just talking about. And if you're unfamiliar with Eli Roth movies, if that's Cabin Fever, Hostel, Green Inferno, he always likes to take like the darkest subject matter possible and kind of mix it with something that's just so goofy and so ridiculous. That's what I love so much about Eli Roth though. He kind of takes some of my favorite elements from horror and hyper focuses on them and makes whole movies about those things. So Terrifier fans may want to perk their ears up because this new movie might be right up their alley. Or, you know, Thanksgiving fans who just want another Thanksgiving horror film because there's just not too many of those. There's also a part of me that kind of thinks that maybe Terrifier 2 inspired this because of how successful it was at the box office this past year. Like I said earlier, Grindhouse was a commercial flop, which sucks because I think everything that came from it is fantastic, so funny, and just so enjoyable. Okay, in all honesty, Death Proof I think is just okay. But Planet Terror is fantastic and those trailers are fucking hilarious. I mean, Rose McGowan plays a final girl with a machine gun leg. Can it get better than that? I don't think so. But now for Eli Roth to be coming back to horror, making one of his little trailers from the past into this big ass crazy horror movie, it's very exciting news in my opinion. Overall though, I'm just super excited that Eli Roth is coming back to horror and he's also got the Borderlands movie under his belt. There's a lot of exciting reasons to be an Eli Roth fan right now. And the guy also hasn't done a horror movie since Knock Knock. I haven't seen Death Wish yet from 2018, but I don't think that's a horror movie after reading more about it. It seems like it's an awesome movie, don't get me wrong. After reading that plot description, I'm in. I'm gonna watch it tonight probably. But doesn't seem like it's a horror movie, just a very violent movie. This news has me very excited, but what do you guys think about this? Are you excited for Thanksgiving, or are you now like really concerned about the Borderlands film coming out probably sometime soon? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this brand new video on Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content in the future. Consider supporting me on Patreon or becoming a channel member if you want to see bonus content every single month. I have some really fun reviews coming out next week that I'm excited for you guys to see. Thank you all again for watching, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.